You're listening to.
You're listening.
Yo, what up, bitches? You're listening to Hey Poopy Podcast. Get your shit on.
How you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
I'm just, trying to find a place with like-minded people to talk about like-minded things, about me, about poop and stuff.
Hey Poopy, how you doing? Hey Poopy, how you doing?
Oh man, what's this right here? Is this a podcast about poop?
And now, the Hey Poopy Podcast with Dave and Ellen.
Hey everybody, we are back on this dump day.
Woo! We are.
On this rainy day.
This is the Hey Poopy Podcast with
Dave
and Ellen, and this is episode 98, but it'll always be number 2 to us. And before we go into our extremely special guest, 2 weeks from now, we're having our 100th episode. Yes, people, do the math. Woo! 98 plus 2 is 100. And we are having a huge party. So stay tuned.
For those details.
Look at the website for details. It's going to be live, crowdcast. So it's going to be live so you can socially distance. It's going to be all the farts and buttholes that you can handle. So
it will be poopy. There'll be a lot of like smears all over the screen.
It'll be one of those things where at the end of it, you're going to be like, what did I just watch? I need a shower.
There's going to be a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. So stay tuned for more.
There'll be more information.
From today.
We'll have a lot more information.
Yeah. And now on to our very special guest, the beautiful VooDoo Onyx.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I love that.
So great to be here.
Yes. And VooDoo is the proud mother of 2 amazing, cute little twins.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Twins.
Two babies.
That's just like, I mean, I guess you knocked them both out. That's like,
you know what?
2 and done, as they say, right?
You know, people say that shit, but like when you were just like, I barely want one. This time you're like, all right, God, or whatever. I see you, and I see you want me up. Okay. But yeah.
Well,
are they 6 months now?
They are 6 months, and pretty cool. They just walked in their little walker thing for the first time.
Oh, nice.
And that was neat. And they celebrated their first Halloween. And between myself and the grandparents, they had enough costumes.
Oh yeah. Well, if your Instagram feed is like any indication that you're killing it with these kids. I mean, it's so fun. The posts you keep making are great. I love it. So
I'm out here just trying to get a scholarship.
Oh yeah.
Get those babies modeled.
Yeah. Anything, something that's like throw a bunch of money at them.
Like, yo,
they are the cutest.
Money.
Like whenever I go onto your Instagram and I see their smiling little faces, I could be in the worst mood in the world and everything melts away. It's they have the cutest, most infectious smiles.
Oh yeah, they really are like little lights. Like you wake and be like, shit, another day or another fucking Monday, and you go in their room and they're just like, what's up? I'm hungry, you know? And
they're really cute.
Yeah, like so happy. And I'm like, how can you be this happy? But it's amazing and it's continuous. And I'm giving thanks because it could go a lot worse, like 2 crying, cranky babies.
Yeah.
Jesus
I can't imagine that part.
Jesus Christ.
I only get to see the fun parts. I don't get to pull back the curtain.
Babies,
of course, yeah.
They communicate, through tears and shit. But like, is it okay for cursing?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Please.
So it's cool that they communicate, but for the most part, once they are satiated or changed or whatever, they're back to what are we gonna do next? And just just happy to be here. Can't
so cute.
Yeah, I mean, baby life when you're a baby, it's pretty awesome. You're like,
yo, what would I give?
Yeah, right.
What I would give to be a baby, lifted
right
everywhere.
Now. Especially right now. Oh my God, it'd be awesome.
Man.
It's like no issues, no drama. Oh God.
I've always said I wanted a giant to hold me like a baby as an adult. Maybe put me to bed, tuck me in. Like
That just sounds amazing.
Right? Like, I barely remember that as a kid. Some of those best memories you don't even remember.
Yeah. I mean, you get the car, like when you fall asleep in the car ride and you get taken out. Like, I remember that stuff. Yeah. But never like maybe falling asleep on the couch too. And, like,
I remember that more than being like tucked in the bed.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know if I want anybody tucking me in the bed right now.
Well,
I think it'd be kind of weird.
Besides COVID.
I mean, not a weird person. Not like a stranger danger moment.
Well,
you know?
Clearly. You could pay someone to do it.
Andre the Giant, like sweet Andre the Giant picking me up and tucking me into bed. I would love that.
Just wiping a little smudge of something off of your cheek, kissing you on your forehead ever so lightly.
I think I might pass on that one.
Big giant hands.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm good, man. It's okay. I got it. I appreciate the offer.
I'm not a very short. I always say I'm a tall, short person, but a short, tall person. I'm 5'8". So like all my tall friends are like, you're not really tall, and all my short friends are like, you're tall, and I'm like, okay, so what am I, people? But
above
I dated
average.
a guy. Yeah, well, yeah. I dated a guy who was a foot taller than me, and it was awesome. Like I felt so petite. And
he was 6'8".
Yes, he was 6'8". He was massive.
That's tall.
His hand, like I'm not a tiny person in any regards. He would put his hand on my stomach, and I was like, my stomach has never felt this small.
Jesus.
It's like,
but what about the boobs? And I mean, that has to like work.
He can just grab both of them with one hand. He's like, he's got one hand and grabbing both of them. He's like, bam.
Both ass cheeks.
He's grabbing like, if he's grabbing like a basketball, I'm sure with one hand, and that's two titties is easy.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of cake.
So
it's just like the pinky thumb, like
I mean, I'm sure your boobs are bigger or smaller than one basketball.
Oh, completely.
So yeah, that's easy. He's like two in one hand. He's like, dude, this is like fucking cake.
I mean, like I would stand on the curb, and we were barely eye to eye because it was still like so many inches, you know?
Oh,
I loved it.
Speaking of inches, then what?
Yeah. Oh,
what?
Exactly.
I mean, he better have a giant dick.
He had a huge.
If you're 6'8", Jesus Christ, that would suck if you had a small dick.
But he also had huge balls. Like they were like two Haas avocados. Which, like, if he was standing there naked in front of me, it all made sense. But then, like, holding them, I was like, this is too much testicle. Way too much testicle.
Too much balls.
Yes.
Looks like it's what I'm working with.
Pendulous, like it's hot.
Yeah.
Yes.
You play with the bull, you get the horns or the balls.
Exactly.
That's a lot. That's a lot. A lot of curtain.
Yeah. A ball slapping.
Curtain meat.
Yeah.
Just like you just grab nothing but scrotum, and it's just
yeah. That's fucking nasty, man.
Man, the world is lucky I'm not a dude, because I would just do the worst shit to myself and then show other people what I'm capable of doing. I would be arrested. I'm certain
You'd still be a burlesque performer, just
probably
your testicles, putting pasties on your balls.
It's like stretch them. I'd like do like, you know those comb. You put wax paper on the comb and it's like.
Oh yeah.
I would.
I love that you have like all these like. I guess it's the same way. If you don't have that apparatus, you're kind of like, oh, all the things I do with it. Then when you have it, you're just like, whatever. It's just there. It's just
it's a pain in my ass.
Yeah, just like exactly. It's just like. I'm sure the first week, if you just had it not having it, you'd be like, oh my God, it's amazing. After a while, like, this is kind of annoying.
Especially as a runner, right? It has to be pretty problematic.
Sometimes. Well, the mesh in there keeps everything like, tight.
So you never leave home without the mesh.
You got to have something like, I can't imagine how these maniacs are running around no underwear with like loose ass shorts, because that would just be like insane.
I don't know. Have you guys ever heard about this like runner uptown, and he comes out in full drag, wig, makeup, stockings, just panties, and a lingerie top, and goes running.
I've not heard or seen this.
Okay, so I didn't want to be rude. I didn't want to be rude, but I wanted to film it. I was like, no one's gonna really believe this, but he's always like First Avenue running uptown.
What?
Just either like a leopard print lingerie top, stockings, or maybe his skin is just that smooth, and like granny panties.
Wow.
And running. And it's wild, but it's New York, you know? You're like,
yeah.
I figure if you're leaving the house like that, you're okay when I'm recording that. Like, you know, you have some self-awareness. Like, yeah, this is a wild ass outfit. I can't just be like, yeah, why is everybody filming me?
It's like I bring him up and I'm like, I don't remember any bulbs. So if he's running and tucking, kudos.
Well, maybe he has Spanx on, like those Spanx for like.
I mean, does it snatch that much?
I mean, it depends on your equipment, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're a 6'8" basketball player, yeah, you have an issue with like running. You'd probably tighten that shit down, batten down the hatches.
Rower, not a shower.
Yeah. Like, first of all, if you're getting excited while running, that you have other problems. But I don't know, whatever.
I mean, before COVID, I could never understand women who had full faces of makeup on at the gym. So to hear somebody with a full face of makeup on running around the streets of New York, and probably in the summer,
it's not good. It's not
new.
No, it's kind of smudgy. It's like really like grunge.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure it's a fucking mess. Like, it's like, I mean, it's not like good. I mean, there's no way that's like a good look. But you know,
maybe he's not running. Maybe he's running away from something.
Like it's almost like every day about 5:30. It's a thing.
Yeah,
it's a wild
PM or AM?
PM.
Wow.
PM. Yeah, so it's after work. I'm walking out. I'm like, maybe I'll get a sandwich.
Please record this. Next time.
Yes,
I need to see this.
I'm gonna be better about this.
This person's definitely on. It's on someone's feed for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Like, there's no way. It's probably on.
Seen in New York, whatever.
Or what is New York? What is New York? Or New York Nico? Or one of those ones. I don't know.
100% has to be there.
Anyway, well, have you seen this guy poop his pants though? That's really what we want to know.
The sign of a true runner.
Which, speaking of poop, how have your poops been, VooDoo?
My poops have been pretty good, actually. So I used to have issues with IBS really bad in my 20s, and I think it's because I was like caught up in being thin and being this and being that, so I would take a lot of like diuretics and shit.
Oh shit.
But now that I actually care about my body and my mind and everything all together, I'm on top of like the diet, the water, the exercise, and things have been flowing like magic.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what
it's not always that way.
Do you know what you are in the Bristol stool chart?
I think I go back and forth between like a 3 and a 4.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
Nice.
And every once in a while, it gets a little, like you have a party weekend or something. We're not partying much because of the twins now, but yeah. Say if I have a nacho or something, then
a nacho, just one.
He just says no.
I'm allowing myself one nacho.
I wish it was a joke, but it's fucking true.
Oh man. Yeah, that stuff will fuck you up.
What about you, Dave? How's your poops been?
I've been okay. I had like a nice one this morning, like a 3.5-ish.
3.5.
Something around there. But it was good. Yeah. Cleansed. I felt whole again. Like, when you feel like you're so full, like you're just like, oh my God, I just gotta like go to the bathroom, and like it felt so much better. So yeah, I had about a 3-ish. Nothing that really.
That's good. You run back on the papaya?
No, not at all. I don't know, just something, whatever happened.
Whatever it is you're doing to bind it.
We made pizza last night.
In the 5s.
We made pizza last night. Homemade pizza.
Oh.
And not cauliflower pizza this time. We made actual real pizza. And it was really fucking good. I did a minced onion pepper with chicken sausage.
Whoa.
And then
very fancy.
And then with some really nice mozzarella cheese, a little bit of sauce, and finished it with some fresh basil, and some hot honey.
Ooh, hot honey too.
It's really good.
God. I'm still waiting for my little delivery of deliciousness, by the way. I'm just putting that out there.
Oh, shit. We did say that. We're going to make you something. I forgot about that. We did say that. We'll make you some stuff.
On your own?
No, it's okay. We did say that when those kids were born. That was 6 months ago. Well, yes, you'll get a basket. You'll get a basket. You'll get something good. Well, you don't eat meat,
Crazy
so
pandemic.
I got to figure out a good veggie dish for you. I do actually
Tiny says you really do really good.
I have a really good veggie stew I can give you that I think you'll like. It's
I'm
excellent.
down for it.
So, Ellen, speaking of poops, how's yours? I'm sure there's just some epic.
I have notes.
Oh my god!
I have notes. So I'm going to start with, I was a little constipated. Yesterday I pooped. It was real hard, like a number 2 on the Bristol stool. I was like, it was like, I hope I don't rip open my fissure again. And then today was a little bit better. I would say 2 3s. I had one right when I first got up and then one after my coffee. So I've been much better. But in my notes, I wanted to say that a couple of days ago, I made a poop and I should have taken a picture of it. It made a poop that looked like an exclamation point. It was like
there's a little period at the end of it.
Yeah, fatter with a little round nugget at the bottom. And I was like, am I really seeing an exclamation point out of my poop? Wow. Then also in my notes, I went to a friend's house to pick up some stuff for photo shoots and props. And I went and it was all the way up in Washington Heights. So it was like a little bit of a trip. So of course I had to pee when I got there. And I go into their bathroom and they have left a turd in their toilet for me. And I was like, okay, good to know. I'm not the only one who does this.
It happens. Sometimes you forget. Every once in a while I'll forget. And Tiny's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh my God. I don't know what happened there.
What are you doing to forget? Like, how do you...
I don't know.
I'm usually on the phone.
It has to be some kind of distraction.
Yeah, I'm
like,
probably on my phone. Or I just like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly, on the phone. Or I already flushed once and another one came out. I'm like, shit. And then I just get distracted with something. And then I just get up and I'm like, doo-doo-doo. But yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah, I tried to be like, I was like, okay, just flush and then you can pee and don't be judgmental because you do this shit too. But there was a little bit of a moment where I was judgmental. And I'm going to talk about it on the podcast. Judgmental for the person that literally just said, I do that too.
I know. I'm saying I'm not a good person for being judgmental.
But yeah, I mean, look,
myself.
Everybody would have a little bit of, I'm sure God forbid.
100%.
Like, yeah, I mean,
100%.
I mean, it was more shock and surprise than judgment, opening it up. Really? Okay.
Well, at least you
There was like toilet paper on top of it. So it was like, it's not like it was like they just forgot to flush. They did their business.
I think once I did that, like once I had a friend over and I'm pretty sure I forgot to do that. Like, I think I heard a toilet flush. I'm like, before they went to the bed, I was like, oh my God, we didn't speak of that.
Yeah. So I go to Gerald so many times and he'll come out of the bathroom like, what the hell is your problem? I'm like, whatever, skid marks.
Oh, God. I get so skeeved out by other people's shit.
Yeah.
It's like, except for your babies. And like, but anybody who's you don't spend quality time with. It's like, I don't want to see your poop.
No, I've even gagged at my own shit before. I'm just like,
yeah, shit's disgusting. If I had a baby, I would be like, you disgusting baby. Like, I know you can't clean yourself right now, but this is like just foul.
Just close them off.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just be like, the thought of like having to clean a baby. Like, I remember going to my sister-in-law's place, and she's like, "Oh, do you want to change the newborn?" She's like, "Oh, do you want to change the diaper?" I'm like, "No." Like, why? Why would I want to do that? Like,
you're like, I chose not to have children for that very reason.
If I had my own child, I would be like, I don't want to do this, but I have to.
Yeah, it is a force. Like, to avoid a lot of BS, you should change your child. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing you should, at the very least.
Oh my God.
But sorry.
And so my last thing in my copious notes is I also, about a week ago, had coffee in the park with a friend of mine so we could like have a little meeting. And of course, coffee does what it do. And I after talking to him for 45 minutes, I was like, I really have to go because I have to pee. And I'm 2 blocks from my apartment, not that far. And I'm like walking, but I'm also like trying to hold my cheeks together. Cheeks stay together. Cheeks stay together. And I think I messaged this to VooDoo actually. And farts were squeaking out. And I was positive I was sharting because it was like hot lava coffee doo-doo stuck in my rectum. And farts are literally like 20 of them are like And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to shit my pants. And I was so surprised when I got into the toilet that I had not made one little doo-doo, nothing in my pants. I was like, my sphincter control is incredible.
Wow. It's surprising because the amount of stuff going on back there, you would think it'd be the complete opposite.
I know.
You just walk around like, oh, there's gonna be a mess down there. But that is good. That's a nice surprise when you're like, oh my God, it's gonna be horrible. And you're like, oh shit.
You get that moment where it's like, it feels like the air that comes out is just warm enough that it feels like you did shit yourself. Mm-hmm. But then you're like, okay, I don't feel any like traction, so maybe I'm good. You know,
I feel like it just gets stuck.
Wait for it.
It gets stuck in the cheeks a little bit. It hasn't hit your actual fabric.
And like, if it was hot out and I had like swamp ass, it would have been positive I sharped. Positive.
Yeah.
But I was so impressed. I like literally was inspecting my underwear, like, wow,
just be lit up.
Yeah. Oh God, that's the worst.
Cheeks stay together.
Any kind of shit thing, like you're just like, it's the worst. You can cut your finger and be like, oh my God, I just gotta deal with this. But if it's like shit, it's like, yeah, you start gagging. I've definitely gagged with like my own. You're just like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's so easy to gag about that. Oh,
yeah.
I hate shit. I hate shit so much.
And then you came on to this show.
I know, but I'm like, and I've listened to it. I was just like, this is hilarious, but it's so gross.
Oh yeah, no, totally. It's just, I mean, it's like we said before. Like, if you saw someone on the street and they got like hurt, or like, you know, they fell off a bike, you'd be like, oh my God, let me help you. You know, but they were covered in shit. You'd be like, get the fuck away from me. Like, you don't want anything to do with that person. You're like, no, like, I'm not helping you. Please help me. Like,
100%.
The shit bomb, I'd be like, get the fuck away from me, man. Like, just zero brotherly love. Feels like, no. Good luck.
I look like you shit out of luck.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. You're like, no, I'm sorry, man. I hate to be that person, but I'm not that good.
No, I mean, I have a dog. I've even gagged at his shit, and it's just normal dog shit. But sometimes, like, the wind and the shit, and it just wafts ever so nicely up into your nostrils, and you're just, you know, it's just.
And you have a big dog too, right?
Yeah, and it's like human shits, man. I'm like,
I have an 85-pound pit bull also. It's disgusting.
It's rancid.
I was working out indoors yesterday, and she was taking a nap on her dog bed, and she literally farted while I'm working out. And I was like, it smelled like she shit in the room. And I was like, really, dog?
Stick it.
Yeah, that's why I don't have a dog.
I've heard about those cat poops.
My cat, but my cat is really small, and like, but I mean, it's like they go in a litter box. I go in there, clean it up, it's done. Like, I don't have to like. But it's still, animal shit is gross too. It's not like, you know, it's all.
I mean,
bad.
they think it's gross. Like, I had a Shiba Inu, and he had gotten sick, and one time he had shit close to where he was sleeping, and he ended up sniffing at it and throwing up on top of the shit. Like, oh, poor baby. But it's like you smell your own shit, and that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
Every time I gotta clean this shit.
It's like man's best friend. You're like,
It was one of those moments like, I'm sorry you're sick, but serves you right. Like, hello, welcome to reality.
It's like, you knew that smelled. Like, why are you sniffing it? Why are you getting in for a closer inspection? You know it smells.
He threw up so much on that. It was so bad.
I just sent Dave, there was this weird panda video of a panda like eating and shitting at the same time. But the poop that came out of the panda almost looked like papaya. So I had to like Google panda shit. And I'll text you a picture, VooDoo, after. It weirdly looks like a papaya. Like, it's green and it's in the shape of a papaya. And I was like, that's like maybe, and I hate to say it this way, the cutest shit I've ever seen, because it doesn't look gross.
Well, it's like wombat shit though. It's like cubed. That's to me is like the cutest shit. 'Cause it's like, oh, it doesn't look like shit. It's like a cube.
Yeah, it looks like a brown bubble gum.
I need to look these. I've never looked up shit, but now.
Yeah, it's kind of gross, but it's not bad because you're like, oh, it doesn't look as, you know.
See, when people are like, oh, the government's watching you, this is what the government's finding on most of your phones. You know?
Oh yeah, this kind of
that shit.
Yeah,
it's fascinating.
Is that code for something? Probably. NSA.
Operation Panda shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, since the government's finding information,
We're not mad at that panda shit.
Yeah. We're talking about government finding information. VooDoo, why don't you give us a little bit of information about yourself for our listeners out there who might not know who you are?
Oh, me. So I'm a girl from Brooklyn, born and raised. And I've been in burlesque for about 10 years.
Oh shit.
Only really now, like, you know, getting that, well, now I'm knocked up. So, but I got my traction in like the last 8 years. By day, I work in research, as a microinjectionist. So I inject, mouse embryos with fabricated DNA and,
that's awesome.
And manipulated, embryonic stem cells. And
cool.
And I do like little microsurgeries. So I play Mouse God and
Mouse God.
And then you will birth my children.
Yeah, so if you're in a bad mood, you're like, this fucking mouse is gonna die today. Sorry.
Like neck's broken, shit. It's fucked up because I'm vegetarian too. So
yeah.
Like, how do you balance that too? And I'm like, I'm not eating the fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's like this is for the greater good. Yeah, and I am married to an awesome dude named Eric, and I have I have twins because there's two of them.
Yeah, you have two sets of twins.
I'd die. I would just give up if I had two sets of twins.
Oh, you'd be like, oh, what?
I'm like, why? Like, fuck it. Yeah, and I like plants, and I like talking shit, and that's why partially I'm here because I was invited and I love this kind of nonsense.
Perfect.
This is great shit.
It's a good fit.
Yeah.
I love it.
Before we go into more about your poop, VooDoo, I need to ask off the top because we had one guest on a while ago that had twins, but they were fraternal.
Okay.
They weren't identical like yours. And I wanted to know the fraternal twins ate the same thing. And these were babies too. Ate the same thing at the same time, but their poop schedules were completely off. Are your identical boys' poop schedules similar? Like, I'm curious.
See, well, one, we also don't know if they're identical yet.
Oh.
So, like, we didn't do any. They don't look like right off the bat like identical. They have these subtle differences in their face and like eyes and stuff. But they get fed at the same time. They're put to bed at the same time. I mean, they're within like a range of maybe like an hour, half hour to an hour of different poop times.
Oh, yeah. So still similar because the fraternal ones, it was like he was telling us that one day will be constipated and the other will have diarrhea. Like they're completely opposite. No, and I was like, that's so interesting because these are like virgin guts that have like nothing in it, and they're feeding the same thing at the same time. And so I was like, I can't wait to interview you because we knew we were going to interview you, and I was like, I can't wait to interview VooDoo to talk to her about if they are identical, if their poops are more lined up.
I think so far we've just had, well, at least I because they don't poop like multiple times a day like that. So I've definitely had one time where there was like a little shit nugget in one of their diapers. I was like, I have to change a whole diaper. Like, you know how many pennies this is or what? How much a diaper costs? Just at least light this bad boy up. It was just one little nugget.
You're like, I'm going to keep this diaper on. You're like, fuck it. I'm not wasting this money. That's what I would have done. I'm like, you know what? It's still clean.
Especially when you have double the diaper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they go through them like they were just wet wipes. Those
my
go
God.
through them too. Oh, babies. people think twice. Think about the budget before you have a child. Yes. It's a lot. It's awesome. But yeah, one had like a shit nugget. And then, so then talking to my mom and then talking to our pediatrician, they suggested that we add in water, like a little bit of water, since we're now starting to introduce like solids. So it's just like banana, which kind of binds anyway, a little bit of potato, and everything's mashed with like some milk or just a bit of water and cereal. I think somebody's awake.
Oh shit!
But yeah, somebody's definitely awake. It's like it's like mom bionic ears. Like, somebody's awake. Yeah, so after that, and everything's been pretty even. It's nice soft stool, little seeds in it or some shit. I don't even know where these seeds come from, but it's like some little weird nuggets in there. They look like little, like giant sesame seeds in their shit.
What? Does it smell pretty bad yet?
No, because there's no solids.
Oh, right,
See,
right.
There's no like real solids. Like I can imagine once you start adding in, the exotics. Or people that like eat meat, and once you add in like meat or chicken, things like that into their diet, I'm sure it's going to smell fucking rancid.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Something stinks.
So we are taking our sweet time and introducing like the neutral foods.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, that's going to be an interesting day.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it.
That's the next chapter, right? The Stinkies chapter.
There's so many chapters.
Yeah.
Between like shit changes, movement, like extra movement, like before, when they're infants, you can just plop them someplace and like, cool, this baby is like just going to stay there. Now these motherfuckers roll, man. They're rolling. They're like wanting to roll off a changing table.
Oh my God.
Scary.
Shit.
Like you put one, so we like to kind of tuck them into the couch while we make a bottle or something. We'll tuck one into the couch, maybe another in your arm. But one of these guys has realized that he can kind of flip his leg over the pillow that you tucked him in with. And we almost had a near moment where you had to like dive bound. This happens. It's like, whatever. People can pretend like, oh, things are not even perfect and all this kind of shit. Listen, someone's dropped their baby at least once through this whole entire process, or, they roll off of a bed or something.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's like, what are you going to do? They'll bounce back. I hope.
That's why I don't hold babies. I don't hold babies until you start talking, because like I'm like not gonna be like, oh, you remember that? What's this weird thing in my head all the time? He dropped you on the floor. Like this weird dent. That's my thing. I'm like, nah, not that kid's too small and like too fragile.
They're super fragile at first. It's like, I mean, that's the whole. It's so trippy. It's just like to think, like you as this person right now started off as that little bit of nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a mental awakening of like you start from nothing and then you kind of become something and then you go back into nothing. It's been this weird existential experience to see them grow. And
I took this Alzheimer's class a Zoom class on Friday because my dad has Alzheimer's, and I know this isn't really poop related, but long story short, the woman was saying things to like how you talk to people with Alzheimer's and how you deal with and it sounded so much like taking care of a baby, because you have to make things simple and smile, even if they're in a bad mood, the smile. And then she was like, but in no means do we treat them like children, because these are grown adults and we should treat them with respect. And I was like, okay, so don't say that we're treating them like a baby, but treat them like a baby. So it's like we literally start off as babies and end as
Oh yeah. You start in diapers, end in diapers.
Yeah.
I mean, for some people. For some people. But yeah, it's real.
Yeah. Man. It's trippy, super trippy.
Actually, if anybody's got any real awesome baby stories or shit stories, you can call our new hotline at 203-998-5579. Please leave a message about your nasty diaper changing accidents or what have you, and we'll read it on the air.
Oof. Oh yeah, you definitely get your finger in shit a couple of times.
No.
Yeah.
See, that's the
we
part.
We interviewed one friend with a kid, and she said that baby shit also stains everything.
I do not know that, and I do not want to know that, because I do not need that to happen to me. Right? Like shit on my clothes.
Yeah,
We had her baby shit on her couch, and she goes, "The couch was stained. It's stained for good." I was
What
like,
the hell?
So, VooDoo, do you have stories for us? Do you want us to go into questions? How do you want us to do this? Now that we've talked about all the baby poop.
I guess maybe let's do a little foreplay. Let's talk about a little question here and there. We're get into this story business. I'm not proud.
We've all been there. I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard my kitchen poop.
No.
The last episode, I admitted to shitting in my kitchen garbage can. Recently.
Oh, I did hear that because your boyfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah, legally domestic partner, but we're not legally married. So yeah. But yeah, so he was in the bathroom, I was on the phone, and so yeah, we've all been there. We've all done terrible things with our poop. So this is not a judgment place.
Thank you.
This is a celebratory place.
I've yet to shit in the kitchen yet, so I just want to throw that out there. But when I do, I'll let you know.
I can't wait for Tiny to lock you out of that bathroom.
Oh my God.
You have no choices.
I would think I'd have to, I have to that'd be bad. Oh. Sorry.
So VooDoo, first question. What brand of toilet paper do you use, and do you put it on the roll over or under?
Well, it's quilted.
Oh.
And so we use the quilted and definitely over. That's when it hangs off from the top, right? Yeah. So definitely, over. Sometimes because Eric's a bum and he'll just throw it on there and it doesn't really matter which way, and I fix it.
Yes, I agree with you.
And it is fixing because no one wants to pull from underneath.
My co-host does.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. It's like
you're just
even where the toilet roll is located, it doesn't make sense for that underhand pull.
I think it's placement of where the actual holder is. Like ours, I feel like is the perfect spot for under. It's easy. It's just a nice smooth motion. Over, I feel like I gotta do some kind of weird break dance. I gotta move my arm a certain way to get it to come out. And then it's I bring it up every time when you hit that. Sometimes you accidentally hit the roll and the whole thing comes flying down. It's annoying as fuck. It does not happen on the under scenario.
No.
Okay.
No, not correct.
Not correct. It is correct.
It's not correct.
Look, you've just been living.
You're in a public bathroom and I can get it because sometimes it'll stick. Even there, it shouldn't be. It's the direction matters because it'll stick between that covering, the protective covering on the toilet roll. You know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? it needs to be over. It's just a smooth pull. Pull.
You're in the toilet paper matrix. You gotta take the blue pill because you are also, and I feel like I've never. I have seen those TP holder, that little metal thing. But I feel like I could count on one hand the amount of times I've actually, been in a situation where I'm like, oh, that's a little uncomfortable. I find it where it's usually, to me, the height and where they put the fucking toilet paper rolls. Because I've been in a situation on either or where you're like, who put this so low where I got to dig my hand underneath to go get it? So it doesn't matter which way it's at that point. You're like, now I got to lean on one cheek to get the fucking TP.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's all about height and placement, and under.
I am an over person, and I really like it because even at a hotel when they make that little triangle. But Dave, I went to a hotel the other day to do a photo shoot, and I went into the bathroom to use the toilet, and the roll had that fancy little triangular design, and I went to pull it as if it was over, and it unhooked, and it ended up being a tricky under. And I was like, how did this bitch do this?
Very cool. And you went in being like, this is fun. See, which leads to my point of the whole triangle thing, where it's oh, it's so nice. Who gives a shit at that point about the...
It looks nice. I'm bougie when it comes to my bathroom behavior. I want a very, very nice environment and system. I want a stool. I want sprays. I want water hitting my ass. Bidet water, not splashback. But I was so I wish I should have studied it more because I was like, I want to reenact that for Dave's under to show him he can have the bougie triangle.
Which goes to prove my point that under can be just as like,
Nah.
Nah. Again, you've just been brainwashed to think a certain way. It's okay though.
Like, I also hate when the roll is on the left hand side too. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I am right-handed, but if it's on the left hand side, I will still reach over with my right hand to pull the toilet paper.
I do too.
Yeah,
ours is on the left. I just use I'm right-handed, but I use my left hand.
Really?
But then I put the paper.
Like over pull.
I take it with my. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, I take it with my left hand and I bring it to my right hand, and then I karate chop it, and that's what I do.
That's extra.
It's weird. It's like
I would resituate my bathroom because of that. Like, I could not.
Well, my bathroom, I have it on the left hand side because the right hand side is the tub. There's no wall. There wouldn't be any place. I'm literally like 1 inch. My toilet is like 1 inch from the tub.
Okay.
And I've like talked about it on the podcast. Like, I'll sit there peeing while Gerald's taking a shower, and he's like, I'm at wiener level with my eyes. So yeah, we have the tiniest bathroom. Yeah, I'm always like poking him through our clear shower curtain. And he's like, "Do you mind? You cut it out."
Don't look so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is not that small, but it's like in the tile. It's
yours like a
it
proper
doesn't
building.
it doesn't like sit outside of it. So I'm like, this is the cards we've dealt with. I'm not gonna like move that.
Oh, so you can't even get like a super thick roll then, right? Because those are made for like
I use the Scott ones, which are pretty big, but like if it was like a quilted one, it'd be issues.
It'd be extra tight.
Yeah, it'd be like oh shit, exactly. Which I'm like, who is using one square? I never understood that. My ass is not a one square ass. Like
this is not a one square wipe. Okay?
No, definitely not.
I love those built-in toilet rolls, though. I like.
It's just there.
There's something very nice about that.
It's permanent.
Old school. I like it.
Yeah, it's like it's just there. You're like, okay, that's what we're doing.
Especially if you go to like an old granny bathroom where everything is like pink or blue, and you have the built-in like blue to match.
Yeah,
agreed.
I love that.
It's like the pink with the black, finishing tile around it. Ugh.
I do like that.
I do like that.
I love that granny.
I like
stuff.
I like the black tile thing, but like, yeah, when you walk in, it's like, why is this all pink or why is this all blue or green, whatever color?
It's always a putrid green too.
Oh yeah,
it's never welcoming.
No, it's like a sickness green.
Yeah, it's like this is a bathroom for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you sit or stand when you wipe your butt?
So I sit. I do I thought about it this morning. I was like, what am I doing? And I'm like, I do a lean. I do a lean forward, sort of like on my tippy toes, and I lean, and I get into there. I get in the business.
Nice.
Yep. Because I would only stand up if I were out.
Yes.
Like to stand all the way up on my toilet just seems a little aggressive to me. Yeah. Like, what did I just shit out a house? Like,
yeah, and you just completely like just your butt cheeks are all like mashed up with all that. Ugh. Yeah.
But I also thought about it too. Like, so I got crazy this weekend and ate like nachos and stuff and put way too much hot sauce and everything. So I don't have a bidet, but I realized what I do is I will take a piss, wipe the front, use front wetness on my butt.
I have talked about this before.
Have you? Okay, so it's like
that is wild.
Cooling. I cooling.
Yes,
it's like a wet wipe.
Your
own wet wipe.
Yes, I had talked about this before, and Dave was so mad at me. Ew, what is wrong with you? And I was like, well, if you don't have the choice, you can't dry wipe.
I don't know what
Dave
it is.
is
literally holding back because he doesn't want to be rude to you, VooDoo.
No.
You're our guest.
And I'm a mother. Help me, okay?
I'm not 100% agree with you.
I
prefer the bidet, but I would like a wet. I don't like to dry wipe. Yeah. So yes, I will pee on the paper and use that to wipe my hiney.
Yeah. Why don't you just reach over to the sink?
Yeah.
Why don't you just reach over to the sink and just wet the
Well, because sometimes if you're out in public, there's no reaching to the sink.
That's
you're
true.
in the stall, you know?
Exactly.
So you just do a little tinkle in front and then a boop, boop, boop.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
sorry.
just,
Yeah.
I can't.
I mean, it's all in the same place.
I know,
Exactly.
but it's.
so you're rubbing some pee
Ah.
on your duty hole. Like, it's like, what's worse, pee or doo-doo? It's the same.
I just need the moisture.
I don't know. It's just like
you know?
Exactly.
the cooling effect.
Oh.
Yeah. We had somebody on the show, VooDoo, who said they spit on their toilet paper. And I was
Never
like,
done
no,
that.
No.
Yeah, that looks.
I was
Why
like,
is
the
that?
bacteria
Why is that any more crazy than pissing?
Because the bacteria in your mouth is terrible.
Yeah.
You don't want to put that bacteria on your asshole.
That sounds savage.
I mean,
Yes.
to me, that all sounds pissing and like, what? It sounds like some hardcore porno movie. Like they're pissing or spitting. It doesn't matter. Plus, it's shit back there. Your asshole's like, you got spit? That's all you got? At least it's your spit. It's
Well,
not like
I'm like, well, how much do you need? Like, you're just wiping your whole. It's not like I'm shitting up like a baby. You
No,
know,
I
all
know,
over the
but
crack. It's just a
if you're
hole.
spitting, I'm like, at that point, I'm like, dude, whatever. I mean, like, okay. It's my spit at least.
Yeah, VooDoo, have you had your babies like do the spillover where it
No.
comes out the diaper?
But I had a close call today. It started to do the stream, so it was
Ooh.
like right up the crack,
Ooh.
but it didn't reach
Oh.
the end. Thank God.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
my brother told me that once, and it was when my nephew was more of a toddler because he was walking around. And my nephew was like, my tummy hurts. And my brother was like, it's probably fine. And then my brother turned around and goes, that kid was not wearing brown pants before. And they had to cut him out of his clothing because it was that bad.
It was that much shit. Like, what are these kids eating? Like, how do they like blow out
Yeah,
things?
pants.
Like, that doesn't even make any sense to me. I don't shit that.
I feel like there's.
No, exactly.
I feel like there's a part of that story your brother's not telling you. Like he's like, I can't tell her
my
about this.
brother and his wife feed those kids everything. Like they're eating like sushi at 2. Like,
Oh,
it's
damn.
That's
Like,
pretty
it's
cool.
like, of course they're gonna have stomach problems, you know.
You're not
But like,
supposed
if
to
your
wasabi.
kid says, "Mommy, my tummy hurts," like, be like, "Okay, let's rush you to a place where you can blast off." You
Yeah.
know?
Ugh,
Yeah.
That's
I guess at that point you're just like, no, fuck it. I'll have to clean it up anyway. So just,
yeah.
you gotta
Might as well
do
throw
it.
them off. Might as well rip them apart.
Yeah, but as long as it's not on the couch, you don't want it to spill over. Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh, no.
Burn it.
Oh,
Burn
yeah.
it.
Burn it.
That's when you put the
Burn it
plastic
all
on your.
down.
You got to put the plastic on your couch when you have toddlers. That way they don't fuck up. I mean, it's ugly as hell, but at least like they're not gonna fuck up your couch.
That's
Yeah.
probably why our grandparents had that.
Yeah.
It was just like, these nasty little children. It's like,
I mean, when you take the plastic off, that couch looks brand new. So they no.
brand spanking new.
So-
not a hole, not a rip,
Yeah.
not a nothing.
My grandmother had
Stain.
was all about plastic life. So
Plastic on the carpet. It was just,
no, it wasn't that bad, but she had it
No.
all over.
Oh,
on the
man.
carpet?
they used to have plastic on the carpet. 80s, that was an experience. There's just like this plastic runners over
I
the
remember
crumbs.
the runners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember
thought
those.
The
Yeah,
entire carpet was
Yeah,
covered in plastic.
yeah.
I was like, what's even the point of having carpet?
Yeah,
at
we
that
had-
point?
I don't even know what's the point of having furniture. Is like you can't sit on a couch and be comfortable. It's like you're
Yeah.
sticking to it,
hmm
and it's
Yeah.
making all this noise. And there's always a point, right? From all
Yep.
the sitting, there's a
Yeah.
crease,
Yep.
and it just stabs you ever so lightly over
Yep.
and over again in your thigh.
And in
Oh,
the
yeah.
summer, you're stick to it because you're sweaty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a pleather couch, so it's like a fake leather couch, and like that's the best for animals and all the rest of it. Hose
Mm.
that down easier.
Oof. Yeah, that's pretty good. You need that.
Talking about kids, VooDoo, do you have a first memory of poops or farts as a child?
I do. I remember just always giggling about farts. So my dad would, like, if we're walking on the street, he would have my hand, like hand holding while you're crossing the street. And then he would just take my hand and fart on my hand. like, it was always like a nice little swoop. And then he just, Dad, yeah.
That's pretty funny. Oh my god, that's awesome.
That's hilarious.
And then, of course, you're like too tiny to like pull an adult's hand down on your butt, but I would try. And yes, and I do that to Eric sometimes, and he just
He's like,
he
"What is
thinks
wrong
I'm
with you?"
disgusting.
He's like, "Yo, what is wrong with you?"
So what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, whatever.
Well, I mean, I had that relationship with my dad where he'd fart in my face as a baby. So like I've obviously like equated farts to love. So you're doing the same thing. Like you're showing your husband, I love you. Here, feel my fart.
Feel this gentle breeze of warm air.
I would have the same reaction. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Why are you doing this to me? Ugh, the hot heat.
He just got comfortable with farting, which is kind of funny to me. Like, we've been together going on 11 years, and only like in the last 2 years has he gotten really comfortable with just comfortably farting in bed or something. And I'm just like, why are you holding it back? Like, dude, you're a human being. Shit free, fart free, wherever you may be, brother. Just let
after 9 years, too. It's like 9 years, and that's like, wow, I'd be like, okay, finally. He's like, oh, woo, been holding that one in for a long time.
And there's been studies that actually farting in front of your significant other makes your bond stronger. Like, you shouldn't hide that stuff.
We did a story about it last episode, actually.
Yep.
Or study.
I can't wait to tell him that. I'm like, let's get even closer. Like, fart in my face.
Oh, that would be a little too...
Don't judge me. Don't do that. Don't do that.
My partner and I, we've been together 9.5 years, and only in the past 2 years has he been okay with farting. And maybe it's because of the podcast. Because when we first started doing the podcast, Dave and I, Gerald was just like, what is wrong with you guys? Who would ever listen to this?
Yeah.
You people are disturbed.
Yeah. That sounds
And now
right.
he's just like,
he was on the show, so it's not like, obviously he's okay with it.
On the show. He tells other people, like, we'll be out, and he's like, she has a really great podcast. And I'm like, I do?
See? He comes around.
I love the love. Look
Everybody comes around.
I broke him down.
Yeah. He's just like, oh, God. He's like, here we go.
Yeah, through bodily functions we may grow. That's beautiful.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
So stupid. That's so good.
What's your best cure for diarrhea or constipation?
So I welcome diarrhea. I don't know why, but I like it. I like it. It feels freeing. It's like the evil is leaving your body.
Yeah.
Completely agree.
With
it's
constipation.
like an exorcism.
Huh?
It's like an exorcism.
Yeah, it's just like once it's out, like even if you get those cold chills, you're just like, okay, I just gotta get this out, and it's free to do whatever I want.
Yeah.
After now, I won't shit for maybe.
I feel good. That's literally what it feels like every time I take a shit. I'm like diarrhea. You're like, oh,
yes. Let the church say amen. And,
you feel lighter. Everything. Yeah.
Like you feel like you're clear. Your conscience is just clear. Like, yo, what do I have to do today? I can do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you had IBS in your 20s, it was more constipation.
Yeah. Because I'm sure it's like a matter of like not eating enough, drinking too much, and just being a dick.
Yeah. So that's why I welcome diarrhea too, because I had such bad constipation problems. So yeah.
I used to dabble in still do like apricots, prunes, like just overdo it on the fruits. I mean, I guess you can't really overdo it on the fruits. A lot of greens, and just chugging a shit ton of water and stuff. And coffee usually just gets those bad boys out.
That's what I've heard.
Completely. Yeah, I'm somebody, if I have diarrhea, I will only take something if I'm like, I have to go and do stuff that day,
Oh, yeah.
But if I'm at home, I'm just going to keep shitting it out. Like, let that poison out.
Yeah.
But if I'm on vacation, like vacation belly, I feel like is either stop or go. It's like there's no in between.
Same.
And so if like we're supposed to be sightseeing that day, I'm like, well, I'm going to pop some Pepto-Bismol because I don't want to shit my pants on the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, you don't think that's romantic? No? Okay.
Yeah. I'd be like, we're breaking up. Not kidding. You're like, Jesus. Or put some crazy ass Depends on. You'd be like, I'm good for the day.
This episode comes out a long time after, but I'm going to be a poll worker. So the next time we record, I can talk about it. There's a moment where I was like thinking, because it's a 17-hour day. Wow. I was like, should I wear Depends? Like, how often am I going to be able to use the bathroom?
God, please wear Depends, because at least
right.
People, what's that crinkling sound?
So silly. Like, it depends, like actual like diaper, or is it like like padded diaper, like panties,
they
like
have
padded
like
panties.
Better ones these days, but it is very diaper like. I tried on one like a year and a half ago because I almost wore it to Mermaid Parade, but it was so uncomfortable. It felt like the biggest maxi pad, and I was like, "There's no way in hell I'm walking around Coney Island with this maxi pad of cotton up my everything." Yeah. So I was like, "No, I'm not wearing this diaper."
You like take?
I guess you can like set up what was it when you like a catheter and like shove that thing in there? Yeah, they can get real inventive with it. Get crazy. Yeah.
They're like, excuse me, like what? Like, oh, take your ballot, put it in this machine. You're like, oh, I can't even. I'm trying to get a good crinkle sound, but it's not really working. Like our poll worker was great, but she's this weird plasticky sound she kept making.
I know it's gonna be so crazy. I already bought like I'm not into wet wipes, but I like made sure to go buy some wet wipes. I got my my travel bidet. Like I'm packing an entire because a 17-hour day. I don't know how these old ladies used to do this before. Like
but they switch out, right? Like you guys get there's no relief, there's no break.
No. There's breaks, but we get 2 hours within that 17 hours. But the 2 hours could be in 15-minute spurts.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least you have time to go to the bathroom.
I'm
at
going to be
least
stuck sitting the entire time. There will be a moment where I could be like, I need to get up and use the bathroom. Okay. But like, I'm nervous. Like, you know, that's a long day to be trapped in the same place. You know.
Oh my God, dude.
You'll be fine. Like I've seen too many of these old ladies. They stop and they go get a cigarette. Like, Brenda, I'm going out and get a cigarette.
Yeah, exactly. My neighbors used to be poll workers that right down the street from us, and like we would see them and be like, "Oh my God, they're just there all day." That's like
all day. Like,
okay. When I took the poll working class, the guy was like, "You've probably seen poll workers sleeping in the corner." And I was like, "I have." Oh, now I know why, because it's 17 hours.
This is giving me like nightmares when I work on these live events. And then like for Wimbledon, and it would be there for like 20 hours. I worked this one job. It was like, I was there for like 18, almost 20 hours straight. And then my boss and some other people, they had to stay because something happened. And they were there. I came back the next morning. They were there for at least 24 hours straight. Like,
that's so disrespectful.
It's just, I mean, it sucked for them. I got paid like over my rate and like double overtime. It was awesome. Damn. But yeah, it sucked. But it's like, when you're doing days like that, it just fucks with your head because you're just like, oh my God, I still have what time is it? You don't even know. Towards the end, you're just like, whatever. It's like you might as well just be like, who cares?
Yeah.
When the first hour, you're like, I have 18 more of these to go or whatever.
Yeah, you just probably get pissed, right? Like you're just like, yo, this is bullshit. Why did I sign up for this? Oh yeah, money.
It could be that, and I think the good thing is sometimes when working jobs like that, you know it's going to end at some point. It's not like I'm going to come back tomorrow and do this again. And if you're busy, at least it kind of like, it just goes by quicker. If you're just sitting around, like that's when it's even worse. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like staring at the clock.
The poll working. Hopefully it stays busy, but there's been all that early voting. So God only knows. I bet you the first, like probably when you first get there, it's probably going to be like crazy packed. And it'll probably be anything else. It'll be ebbs and flows. Yeah.
There'll be breaks here and there, and like, you know.
Yeah, that's got to be why, you know, older people can hang for 17 hours, because it's got to be like heavy in the middle of like in the morning, heavy in the evenings, and then sort of
like post work time, like after work time, whatever. That's probably going to be nuts. But then after that, by that point, you'll be almost in the finish line. You'll be like, fuck it, it's like I'm almost there. So,
but I'll be able to report back next episode if I shit my pants poll working.
And at that point, you're like, just go. They're like, just go home. They're like, don't stay. It's like, it's fine. We'll manage.
I know, because like, I mean, I drink coffee. Coffee makes me poop. A 17-hour work shift, I'm going to be drinking coffee. Like, it's inevitable. Poop is going to happen.
Well, you just go to the bathroom. That's all.
Or maybe you get like to bring in that fly that's been hanging out on the Republican Party. And, like, he might make an appearance and be like, "What's up?"
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, too funny. VooDoo, what are your best products that you use for pooping? Supplements, wipes, sprays, stools, anything?
No stools. We have the Poopery, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have Poopery, lavender.
Nice.
Ooh, fancy.
I like lavender.
Right? It's purple. I don't know if it's lavender. It's not a lavender or grape. I don't know.
Right, grape flavor. Grape flavor Poopery.
And I don't use wipes because I remember reading somewhere like wipes don't actually degrade like we thought they did. So they just cause what, like shitbergs or something?
Fatbergs.
Like fatbergs.
Yeah, they're disgusting.
So I was like, okay, well, we can't use those. You try to keep your own little footprint down as much as possible. And just good old flushing. Just flush a bajillion times, because there was a long time in my youth that I was ashamed to flush in public bathrooms because people know you're shitting, right? So you would just let the smell waft about.
Yeah.
So just take your time, just inching out a little shit at a time, and then not flush. Not flush. But now, when you're home, you flush, and when I'm out, I'm just like, fuck it. We're all better for it,
Yeah.
Because public bathrooms. I've definitely, like in the gym, I don't know what people, maybe it's all the supplements and stuff that they're taking, but whoo-wee.
Oh yeah,
that shit is
those protein shake farts are the worst.
Poison.
They're pure evil.
Poison. And that whey. It's the whey.
Yeah.
It's it's gross. It's fucking gnarly. But yeah. No, I'm not special in the pooping section. Tried and true, just like nice quilted toilet paper, a little pee pee, boop boop, and a little wipe.
We got to get you a Snap-on bidet.
Yeah.
I feel judged, and I thought this was no judgment.
It's a no. I'm judging a little bit. I'm sorry. I know it's not, but the pee thing, I just can't let that go. I don't know why. But you know what?
I'm there for you.
That's
VooDoo.
your butthole. It's your butthole. Do with it as you will.
Yeah, I just had to keep it to myself. I think.
No, I'm just
and
playing.
To all our listeners.
I'm having an honest reaction. Maybe I'll do an experiment. I'll piss on.
See, but I'm sure it's different because you don't have to wipe your penis after you pee, right? Do you guys do that?
I mean, I don't necessarily wipe my penis after I pee. I mean, well, as I'm getting older, I've noticed that I feel like I feel like it's never quite done.
Huh.
I peed. I'm like,
dribble.
Then I'm like, God damn it. Yeah.
Dribble.
I mean, it happens. At first I thought I had some massive problem. I was like, no, you're fine. That's what happens when you get older.
That's what happens. Okay.
So yeah, I'll but then I'm standing. I'm not like taking a shit and doing that. But it's like,
well, you don't shit and pee at the same time, no?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, because I've held my piss for too long, and then I have to shit.
Yes.
I don't know. Is that normal? Is that a thing?
It has only started happening to me the past 2 years, where I have to pee so badly that when I sit down, it pushes poop out. And I'm like, I didn't even have to poop.
I didn't know that was a thing because my wife would be like in the bathroom. I'm like, I gotta go. She's like, I just gotta pee. I'm like, okay. She's like, oh, I'm taking a poop. I'm like, what? I'm like, how did you not know that you weren't gonna for me? It's like I one or the other. And then when I'm in there,
finding my tribe.
No,
oh my God.
I didn't know that was a thing either. To be honest with you, but now I've taken a Duke and then been like, oh, I gotta piss. But it's like it's never the other way around where I'm taking a pee, but I'm not sitting either. So that's
okay. So you take a seat to poop.
Yeah.
You don't pee while you're pooping.
Oh, I do. Yeah, no, I do for sure, but not every time. But I mean, usually there'll be some piss coming out. But if I'm standing. If I'm standing, take a pee.
Next time you do it, right? Next time you go, you're taking a poop, and you have a little dribble. Let's take the napkin, dab it, then wipe it.
All right, I'll try it. I'll try and see what happens. I'll probably be so disgusted with myself. I'll be like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Yep.
But I'll do it.
Stop being judgmental and try things.
You never know until you try.
You act like I'm trying some new kind of cheese or something. But I will try it.
Cheddar.
Yeah, this is exactly. This is a little bit of extra. There's a little undertones of pepper jack in this.
Don't smell it.
No, the cheese, not the fucking the cheese reference.
That's another show.
That's a whole nother show. Anyway, yeah. So we'll see how the experiment goes.
So, VooDoo, our very, very favorite question. You knew this was going to happen, and it'll probably explode into your story. It's our floor versus pants question. Which do you choose, and has it happened to you?
Okay, so I would prefer to shit on the floor, but sometimes you poop in your pants. So yeah, I would choose the floor over the pants anytime, but I've done both, I guess.
All right, let's hear about it.
It is time to tell.
So this is so fucked up because, like, I told my husband, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go on this Poopy podcast, and he's just like, you're gonna talk about that fucking story, aren't you? Right? And I'm like,
wait, did he do this? Did he like look up in the air and go like, oh? He's like, oh shit. No.
He likes to do the dead stare. He's just like, so you're gonna do that? You're gonna do that fucking story, huh? And I'm just like,
he's like, I don't know you.
I was like, I don't even know if I actually did it. I mean, maybe it didn't happen. I still to this day don't know if I actually executed this thing. So what happened?
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like a ghost shit.
I ghosted it. So it all starts sometime like in my early 20s. Yeah, it had to be my early 20s, where I'm still experimenting with drinks, right? And I found a new drink called the Jaeger Bomb.
Oof.
And the Jaeger Bomb was an amazing flavor on the palate. It just danced about. You're just like, this shit is good, right? So that used to be my go-to. So this time I'm hanging out.
I don't even think I've ever drank Jägermeister, but what is a Jaeger Bomb?
Jaeger is Jägermeister and Red Bull.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's
all right.
Those are two intense flavors too, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
I wasn't sure if it was like, you know what an Irish car bomb is?
Oh yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was like that. Yeah.
So you pretty much pour like half of your Pilsner with Red Bull and then drop a shot of Jaeger in it.
Oh, so it is like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
but people
so
can
it's
just
beer,
pour it
Red
up.
Bull, and Jaeger.
No, there's no beer. It's just Red Bull and Jaeger.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty much a stomach bomb waiting to happen, but I never thought about it like that. I was like, this is tasty. So I used to... So there was a point in my life where I was going on dates with my best friend, right? So I would find a guy and I was like, oh, this guy's hot, or he's cute or whatever. And my friend, he was this, over the top, awesome gay black man. And he like, well, I will be the judge of that. So we would go meet up with said dude and we would go to Christopher Street, right? And everyone knows Stonewall and all like the hangar and all that kind of shit. But we would go to Chi-Chi's. I don't know if either one of you are familiar with Chi-Chi's.
I think I've been to Chi-Chi's a long time ago.
Yeah, it was like the black mecca.
Yeah, I've been to Chi-Chi's.
Yeah, like it was an awesome bar. May it rest in peace. An awesome bar. And I took this date with me to Chi-Chi's with my friend, and it was like a Friday night, and we were just going ham. Like we were drinking and just lots more drinks. I almost got kidnapped by like this drug dealer that was in there. And he was just like, yo, what the fuck? And I was like, what are you talking about? Let's just be friends. Like, why are you all this like hostile? And he had like this blue bandana. I'll never forget it. His name was T. He just went by one letter, right?
One letter.
Like, T.
Consonant.
Like, I'm T. And he's like, why are you in here for? Like, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and you're wearing a blue bandana. He was really upset. And like, I don't know how, but I think my drunken cuteness, I was like, oh, like we should just be best friends, right? So he was watching over me while this other guy is just like giving me drinks. My friend's giving me drinks. Now T's giving me drinks. It's vodka, Red Bull, Jaeger.
Oh, God.
Messy. And I was really feeling this guy, right? But I got really fucked up. And then I took a nap on the sidewalk outside.
I took a nap. I took a nap. You're like,
I took a nap.
I'm gonna close my eyes for a minute.
And then I just ended up like lying on the sidewalk. And the police came.
God.
The police came and they were just like, hey, are you okay? Do we need to call an ambulance? T comes over and he's like, no, she's fine, right? And I'm like, I'm okay, and the police like, you gotta get her out of here. We're gonna take her in. So the guy that I'm interested in and my friend that I'm hanging out with we're all like, well, we want us the party to keep going. I should not have kept going. The party to keep going. We go to said guy's house. He lives uptown. I'm too drunk to do anything. So I pass out. They allowed me to pass out in the bed. My friend passes out on the couch. The dude passes out next to me. At some point between 3 a.m. and like the morning, I sneak out of bed and I go to the living room and I pull my pants down and I squat and shit in the middle of his living room.
Oh my God.
That is unbelievable, man.
You totally floored it.
I shit in the middle of this man's fucking living room. So my friend is on the couch and he kind of wakes up. He's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm just like, don't look at me. Don't look at me. And like, I hurriedly pull my pants up and then I go to the bathroom. But I don't remember any of this because Jaeger makes you fucking forget, man. It just erases time, right?
Mind eraser.
It always completely a mind eraser. So I'm in the bathroom and I kind of come to in the bathroom, but I don't remember any of that. And I just remember like my pants were like covered in shit.
Oh.
Like it was just so much shit in my pants. Because like I shit outside and I went into the bathroom to pee, I guess. I'm trying to scrub shit out of my pants. I do the best I can, and then I go back to this dude's bed. I didn't know he has gotten up because I guess I moved out of the bed, so he's like coming out and checking.
Because he probably smells something in his living room.
I don't know. And like he comes out and
he slips in it. It's like, oh shit.
No, he hurries and cleans it up. Because he thought he has a cat. He thought his cat took a shit in the middle of the living room. So he's cleaning up human shit with his hand.
Oh,
like, oh my God. He's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's apologizing to my friend on the couch. My friend's just like in a daze, like he has no idea what's happening. He cleans up shit and then he's just like smoking a J, I guess, sitting next to my friend. And then I kind of stumble out of the bedroom again in this weird haze. And I guess I go and kneel in the same area where I had just taken a shit. So then he goes 2 and 2 together. He's like, well, that shit was far too big for my little cat to do. Because he had like the runt of the litter of his cats. So there was no way he was going to have a human-sized shit coming out of this cat.
I love how he didn't notice it until like after the fact. He's like, wait, what?
Like, it's like you have company.
Yeah, oh yeah.
There's this girl,
I get it.
And they're just like, there's just shit. So you're like, and I sit there and they're both just staring at me. No one's talking. No one's doing anything. And I'm just like, yeah, man, I think I got really fucked up last night. And they're just, I'm sitting in my own shit spot, you know?
Oh my God.
And I'm wearing light colored pants. They're like a light blue and a white stripe pants. And there's just shit on my pants. And I'm like, all right, well, I think I have to go. And it's like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. And you know, I have to take the train. It's like the 4 to 5 train. And I'm sitting there reeking of shit on the ride to Brooklyn. And I work with this guy.
Oh.
Is that how you guys met?
Yeah. And that's how we never talked again.
He's like, did you
I was
just
about to
shit
say,
on my
he seems
floor?
like a real keeper if he's willing to clean up your shit.
He didn't know it was my shit. And then, but when you put 2 and 2 together and like, then you see, it was Friday and at least like we had the weekend to purge literally the time and the drunken shit out of the story. But like on Monday, you're just looking at each other. You're like, I don't know if that happened because I don't remember it. And he just looked at me in disbelief for like weeks and I was ashamed. And then I just owned it, you know, I just owned it. I was like, whatever, man, you know, shit happens. You know?
Yeah, clearly. I have a question. I have a quick question though. He cleaned the shit up. So I imagine if you're drinking like Jaeger bomb drinks, those shits are not, there can't be a consistency that would be like even like a cat shit. So it's gotta be like.
It was soft. I had to be soft because I don't remember being in pain.
It wasn't like a number 4.
No, it sounds like a 6-7.
I know. It was like definitely. I don't know. I just remember it being messy, so it had to be soft. Like my pants were ruined with shit.
Some blitzkrieg natural disaster shit.
I liked how you floor pants and had somebody else clean up your shit all in one story.
Yeah.
I was so ashamed. And this poor cat, this poor little cat, it was like, she did nothing. She did nothing, but she got the blame of my phantom shit.
Sometimes it happens. It happens that way.
And your best friend basically witnessed you do the whole thing.
Yeah. I can only imagine the horror sitting there, like watching someone
take a shit.
Like you're kind of in like a weird, like woken state, and you just see someone taking a squatted shit in front of you on a carpet. It's fucking gnarly. But I didn't learn my lesson. And I went back and I had more Jaeger another time. And this time I was with an ex-boyfriend of mine, and we had gone skiing, and he were skiing with some of his friends, and they were just boring as fuck. I mean, just like, you know, like you just want to leave and walk out into the winter and die. That kind of, like, this is so dry. So I'm like, let's do shots. And like shots, there's Jaeger this time, because I'm like all about Jaeger. And I do Jaeger, and I get fucked up again, and I end up like stumbling into the bathroom and almost passing out on the toilet. Boyfriend comes in. He thinks it's cute. He's like, oh, let's get fancy in the toilet. I'm like, dude, this is shitter. This is disgusting. The bouncer comes in. The bouncer's like, get the fuck out of here. Great. I'm also disinterested in this guy. Love him to death, but wasn't like sexually interested. So we get back to the room. He's trying to get frisky. I crawl underneath the bed and I sleep there because I
like on the floor.
Yeah. I just like, I don't want it. No.
You're like, don't touch me.
Don't touch me. And there was some point, like, I just remember, like, I'm sleeping on the floor and I'm feeling extra cozy. And I had a dream. I can remember this, like, vividly. I had this dream that I was actually shitting. But the problem is, like, when you dream about shitting, you actually are shitting.
Oh, my God.
So I took... and I remember being in so much discomfort because I had been constipated for a while. And I took this massive, like, fist-sized shit. And I remember it just like my pants moving outward because of this fist shit. And I was like, I think I'm bleeding from my butt. It's like, because I'm under the bed. I'm like, he's passed out on top of the bed. And I'm under the bed. I'm just like feeling like, is there blood? Is there blood?
Oh,
and
like, no,
there's just
shit.
a ball of shit.
Did he not wake up from the smell?
No.
Whoa, thankfully.
No. I would have broken up with me. I mean, like,
I would have broken.
Like, she's a
You're like, yep,
mess.
I'm gonna take the L on this one.
Like, I like fucking, waddle over to the bathroom and I like back up to the toilet and just kind of flop out the shit. It's just
It's like you're like an old miner. You just like he's like fishing for gold in there.
Yeah, it could have been a nugget.
Oh my God!
It was a solid gold nugget of shit. It hit the water. So I was so ashamed. And here I am telling you about it. I don't even know what my life is right now.
I have a question though. When did you decide to quit drinking Jägermeister?
Oh, that was the last time. That was the last time. Because that's when I realized, I was like, Jaeger equals shit. Jaeger.
That's falling asleep.
That is the perfect Jaeger. That's the perfect analogy for Jägermeister. Like it is.
Because like to this day, I don't even know what Jaeger is. It's like spices and herbs.
It tastes like
it
tastes like black licorice.
Yeah, and I don't even like black licorice, but when it touches the lips,
people love it. People love that drink.
It just like bathes your tongue in this odd but flavorful taste. You're just like, Jaeger.
In my 20s, I did a lot of drinking. I'm Irish. I know how to drink. And my early 20s was beer, but my late 20s I switched over to tequila. And there was a point where I honestly thought I couldn't shit unless I had a night of serious tequila drinking. Like the tequila just lubricated everything. So
that sounds right. That sounds right.
My drinking shit's Snooky. My drinking shits, old dirty bastard.
Oh. Yeah, drinking shits are the worst and also the best.
Because it's like you're shitting alcohol out. You're shitting out the booze.
Yeah. You're just like your stomach is destroyed, but the poison is leaving the system.
Leaving it. Yeah. You're getting it out.
Tasmanian devil.
Sorry. So, I hope none of the people that I actually am talking about listen to this.
Well, you said no names. That's good. Except for T.
Yeah, well, T's probably dead by now. I don't know. T was living on the edge for a long time.
Oh, I can't. I'm pretty sure T's not his real name, but I think we're good on that.
His name is Mr. T.
Yeah, Mr. T. Oh my God,
Mr. T.
Mr. T.
He looked out. He looked out for me.
That would be hilarious. He's like, I pity the fool that drinks and shits on my floor.
You ever had constipation after being like hungover though?
I don't know if I have. I mean, I've had plenty of constipation, but I feel like hangover automatically meant shits.
Yeah,
diarrhea.
I feel like
diarrhea.
I haven't been drunk in a really long time. Where I usually I cannot stand puking, so I just usually puke out the other end, and I feel like it's just straight up diarrhea.
So
Tasmanian devil, awful shits.
Sorry. I heard Hannibal Buress' last stand-up special, and he had a whole section about shitting, like how he doesn't drink anymore. And I was laughing so hard. I'm like, I had to play those sound drops because they're so good. It's true though.
I feel like if I drink wine though, like hard liquor makes me have diarrhea, but wine constipates me a little.
Yeah.
Really?
I agree. I agree.
What if it's the sulfites?
Red wine just ties it all up.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Things you find out on a podcast.
Yeah. Those are two epic stories, by the way. I want to give you a hand about that because that's like, I mean,
the shame. I love it.
No, it's okay. We
have all been there.
People have like, yeah, it's just, it happens.
People look to get fisted. I was fisted outward instead of inward.
Yeah.
Like, it was just...
I mean, it's bad when you feel that feeling of your pants expanding a little bit. You're like, what just happened?
Like a cartoon.
But at least you didn't shit in the bed. I mean, you shit under the bed. Not in the bed, at least. I mean, that's
got to be a new term. Like when you say, "Oh, they shit the bed." No, VooDoo shit under the bed.
Yeah,
under.
I shit under the bed. That's like extra fucking level of.
Not giving a fuck,
Exactly. Like, fuck it.
I had one of those shits once after Thanksgiving because this is before I realized I have like a gluten intolerance. And after 3 days of eating Thanksgiving food, it was probably like all that stuffing. I was so blocked up. And I was with a friend of mine who's from Greece, so she has a very thick accent. And my farts were so toxic because I was so constipated, and the farts were going through this impacted shit. And she turned to me and she goes, "You need to take a shit so we could be friends again." And so when I finally did shit, it was like a grapefruit. It was like perfectly round, hard. I don't even know how it left my butthole, but like that feeling of being fisted from the inside out. Yeah.
With just a hint of blood. Yeah.
Yes. Because you ripped everything.
Oh, yeah. You did some damage back. There's some trauma back there.
It's the worst.
Just a little bit of your flesh is left hanging.
It's like a bullet hole. It's like a fucking...
Terrible.
I have to shit, bro.
That's how I felt yesterday. Like I finally had to poop because I felt constipated, and I sat down, and it was like literally ripping out because it was so hard. Oh, it's the worst. And I drink like this bottle is 40 ounces. I drink like 2 of these a day. Like I eat healthy. I just don't know what it is.
You gotta
Sometimes
pray more.
It gets stuck in there.
Ugh.
You gotta pray more. I said you gotta
pray more. You gotta find
an exorcist.
You gotta get the Bible.
An exorcist for my asshole.
You need the Bible, girl.
Like pat it on your stomach.
Oh my God.
We're gonna be all right today, baby. We're gonna be all right.
Ooh.
It's gnarly. Sometimes you gotta like cut the shit, like you poop a little bit and then cut it with your butt cheeks and then like let the shit come again.
Yeah.
What is it? The
Like
guillotine?
a Play-Doh plate.
Guillotine. Yeah. Play-Doh Fun Factory, right?
Yeah. Fun Factory.
Oh my God. Is it star shaped or is it round or is it square? You don't know.
Death. It's just death.
Yeah, just death. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's so gnarly. Oh, I just kind of gagged a little bit just thinking about that shit. Okay.
We're like,
Do you have any more stories for us, VooDoo?
On the ride back from Vegas, and that's what I was like. I was drinking heavily in Vegas, but I was really constipated. I was like, I need to shit before we leave Vegas, but we were driving back to Cali. And I took like those X-Lax or something like that. And I was like, this isn't working fast enough. So I took 2 more. And we had a
fire.
Oh, yeah. I'm an idiot, right? So they're like, yo, so we're getting ready to like roll out. And I was like, but I still haven't shit, but I guess it'll be fine. You know, I can like hold it until we get to a rest stop. But there was no rest stops in the desert.
No.
Right? And it really hit. It really, really hit. I was trying and I was scared and I got cold sweats and we had to pull over. And I didn't know the desert was so alive. Right?
A lot of activity out there.
Like, yo, there's so much noise. Like, you're trying to take a shit in a wide open plain, right? Like, or just like nothing. So cars are going by. So they can see you taking a shit in the desert. And then there's like little holes and little shrubs. And you're just like, yo, if I get hit by a fucking tarantula or a scorpion or a snake on my ass.
No.
I may die out here. But shit covering my legs.
That'd
like,
be the worst way to go too, right? Talk about a way to die. You're like, this is embarrassing as fuck.
Yo, like you don't want to be found by a paramedic
No.
and you're just like covered in shit and like foaming at the mouth from venom. Like that. Mm-hmm. That was one of the scariest moments I've ever had of shitting. Like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Shitting out in the middle of nothingness. And I like you're by the road, but you have to go further out into the desert so you're not like being seen, you know? And yeah, but it was explosive. So I had to do that. It was explosive.
Oh my God, dude. That is
I didn't cover it. I was like, whatever.
Oh yeah. At that point. It goes back to nature. You're like, fuck
back to nature,
yeah,
baby.
Like, yeah.
Take this
exactly.
This weekend at Vegas. Take that back. Like,
hopefully there's some kind of cactus will sprout from that.
Or I'm thinking about vultures flying down to eat it like it's dead.
Oh my God.
Oh,
that's pretty.
I didn't even think I ate any actual food that weekend. So it was just like my body had given up and maybe put out a few inches of my intestines with alcohol. It was just like fucking gnarliness. That was.
Oh my God,
man! I think I threw up in the car. Yeah.
They're like, this girl what is going on with you?
I was a messy person.
Oh shit!
But I've never shit in my purse. I had a girlfriend that shit in her purse.
Wait, what? Yeah. How does that even happen?
Oh my God, yes.
You know when you just drink to excess and then maybe a drug or two is in the system. Someone was in the bathroom and she's like, I gotta shit. She was just like, she's awesome. She was an awesome person, but she was kind of a troll at this time too, right? So she's just like, I need to take a shit. And they're like, yo, I'm shitting right now. So she goes into the other room and opens up, like she dumps out her purse and she
oh, thank God. She's dead.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine going to get your license?
No.
No.
I'm sure that's happened.
Your purse?
Somebody definitely shit in their purse once, and like they didn't dump it out first. They just.
Oh my God!
She dumped it out.
Oh, thank God!
She shit in the living room in her purse.
That's what you get, a trash can or a plastic bag.
No.
Oh my goodness!
That means you have common sense, right? But when push comes to shove, you're like, yo, my body is trying to rebel against me. My purse is the last like,
yeah, I mean, at least he had something.
So garbage.
At least he had some kind of receptacle. Because if I had a friend come over and shit in my living room, like I'm like, what? But that's pretty awesome, though. Damn, that's a good one.
Hilarious.
I'm so proud of myself. I've come so far.
Yes, you're a mother.
I'm a mom. I use bathrooms.
Yeah.
I don't drink to excess.
You're not shitting under beds anymore? Or in the desert? Or in someone's living room floor?
Yeah, the living room floor, man.
I mean, look, people that, when you're drunk sometimes you kind of like, I get it.
But this is like a guy that you're trying to like schmooze with, you're like trying to get in with, and then that is what you leave. That's the taste you leave.
Yeah. He will never forget that. He will never forget that. He will never, ever, ever forget you. Unless we have any other things you want to talk about, we could get into some news.
Let's do some news, I guess.
Okay.
You're always welcome back, VooDoo, especially when your kids start potty training.
Oh yeah, we want updates. Well, actually, we should do like a news update when the smell hits. Like you're like, it happened. It's like your announcement. Instead of a birth announcement,
I'll call it in.
Yeah.
Call it in.
Instead of like a birth announcement, it'd be like the smell announcement. Like it started.
Yeah, I want to know that first solid food that was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll keep. I got you.
Oh my God. All right. So I'm going to play this and I keep forgetting to put the new thing in there. Doesn't matter. Okay.
You're like, I fed the kids broccoli. Never again.
Yeah. Here we go.
I wonder if there are some things to stay
I'm
away
sure. There must be. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to play the old one because I keep forgetting to put the new one in there, but whatever. Real old. And way too long.
I feel like there should be like introductions like here.
Yeah. I do love that. I just have to edit that down or something. It's a little too long. But okay, so this is technically not news. I mean, it's news, but since you're a mom, I wanted to find stories about like horrible baby pooping stories.
Ooh.
So this is like it's from a show called a website called Romper.
Okay.
And a woman named Steph Montgomery put some of these together. And it's just a bunch of different stories. This woman named Kelly said that she will never forget my husband changing our newborn baby's diaper. He had her on the bed and with her rear end, her ass like chest high. He picked her up by her legs like a super soaker and then shot so much liquid poop dead on his chest. I'll never forget running into the room after his scream to see him covered in mustard yellow baby shit.
VooDoo just almost threw up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Because I can picture their shit and like, oh my God, that's gnarly. Knock on wood. I've never had that. I don't want that. Oh, that sounds really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I've been peed on, but never shit on. That's.
Oh my God. Well, this one woman was talking about she went to go to do her feeding at 4:45 in the morning. As soon as she walked in the door, the smell hit her, and she picked up the baby and covered in shit. Like, I mean, covered. Her pajamas were soaked. The poop was all up her back. Stripped her, wiped her down, and took her straight to the bathtub because she was just like literally like one big like poop baby.
So okay.
At 4:45 in the morning.
I would say like it's extremely important to, before you put your baby to bed, like even if the diaper is like a little bit wet, change that motherfucker because they will flip around and poop and piss and everything. The more soaked it is, the less absorbent it is to everything else. Okay. So
that was a woman named Robin. So Robin, if you're listening,
Robin's an asshole like that.
Oh my God. This woman Helen had said that they were on the beach one time in Wales. We're going international with this one on holiday, and her son came running over her, telling her he found some treasure, digging in the sand with a dog, with a giant dog turd in his hand.
Oh my goodness.
He's like, he cried because I'd thrown away his treasure. I was like, oh my God, these fucking kids.
That's so disrespectful.
There was a little.
She should have left the kid with the shit. She should have.
Yeah, I mean, make him happy.
Yeah. Right.
It
was like, put some glitter on it. Just color.
They had, there is like this little, like, it's peppered in between these like different articles or like different stories. There's like this question that was like, would you rather have a diaper blowout on an airplane or a toddler meltdown in a supermarket?
Toddler.
Yeah. Meltdown in the supermarket.
Exactly. That's what I thought too. A blow on an airplane? Oh no.
Nope.
The whole logistics of that shit.
You know how many people are affected for like however long you're on that plane?
Totally.
Everyone's just looking at you like, ugh.
Oh my God.
That is too small of a space for a diaper blowout.
Yeah.
And the smell never goes away quickly.
No.
I mean, at least you can give the kids something in the supermarket. Be like, here, go play in traffic or something. I don't know. Just Jesus Christ.
This woman, Meg, has two boys that are 19 months apart. Apparently, when they were small, they were like really sneaky and destructive. And one Saturday morning, they were toddlers, still in diapers. The eldest son shit in his diaper at night. And he woke up quite early. And super stealthily went down to the kitchen where he proceeded to pull out Daddy's cherished antique maps from a poster tube and use them as a paintbrush. For what you ask? No. His poo. He painted the entire kitchen in feces.
No.
Yeah, man. And he was like... The woman Meg was saying she cried a lot, gagged a lot. There was vomiting. She's like, I had a hard time sleeping again until they were old enough to be trusted to stay in bed till 4 a.m. It's nearly been 20 years, and that moment still haunts my dreams.
Wow, man.
Yeah, that's and some of these photos are just like
they took photos of it.
Well, not of that one. Oh. Just like in the article, this one woman has a picture of her baby, like in one of those. I don't know what you call those things, the ones that they stand in, like the little standing helper thing. It's like a little, whatever that thing is. And at the bottom part is like you see the baby's butt, and like in the diaper, it's just shit all over the floor. It's just like, I mean, it's really bad.
So much I don't look forward to. It's just like.
And you got boys. They're a little more brazen.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I can already tell.
They're gonna go hard. They're gonna go hard.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'll tell one last quick one. Well, not quick, but it's woman Adrian. She was her second kid, I guess, was like 5 or 6 months old. He had been in one of these Ever Saucers. I don't know what the fuck that is. Or Exer Saucer. I have no idea. I'm guessing some kind of exercisey baby bouncy thing, maybe.
Oh, okay.
On the other side of her kitchen island while she was preparing dinner. I kept getting whiffs of shit, so I figured I'd better go investigate. I found out he was covered in poop. Turned all the dinner off, and she got him out of this extra saucer, put him in the shower, and he sprayed shit everywhere, up the walls, the shower curtain, on my face. I finally got all cleaned up. Apparently, our dogs found the smell irresistible because they had busied themselves by licking it up and rubbing their faces in it.
Oh my God.
She winded up taking this extra saucer outside, hosing it off with a garden hose before moving
you just throw it away.
Exactly.
You burn it.
She's like, I Lysol the rest. I'm like, Lysol. I go, that shit would have been out on the curb like that the second after that. Yeah. I mean, this poor woman is like sitting there cleaning this kid off, and he's shitting her face. Then he come out, and the dogs are covered in shit. I would be like, something's got to change because we can't.
What is she feeding that kid?
I don't know, but
that's what's got to change.
Oh, Adrian, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh my
God. You got
God.
to first look at that diet, baby diet.
And I know these
explosive like that too. I mean, like what?
Evil.
What?
Oh, there's actually this woman Tamara was saying, she wrote in a little anecdote. You'd think, oh my God, sorry. This is so gross. Oh, this is so fucking gross. I almost don't want to read this. Her third kid was about 1 year, and she picked up a small chunk of poop that had fallen out of her cloth diaper during a diaper change and put it in her mouth.
I've heard about that.
No.
Yeah.
I've heard that's a thing. That's gross.
No.
That's gross. That's really gross.
That's fucking nasty, man.
You might have to get rid of the baby after that, though.
Like, well, it might die from
forever unclean.
So
I just the one though about the dogs after like with the shit in their faces and the baby shit. Get
They're
out of
rolling
here.
in it too.
Oh, Vile. Oh my God.
My goodness.
Well, with these really disgusting baby stories, VooDoo Onyx, thank you so much for being on our show. We loved having you. You're hilarious, and I loved your honesty, and everything you told was great.
And after all those baby shit stories, I hope none of them happen to
Yeah.
you. But if they do, please tell us.
Or if anybody out there actually has a really bad baby story like that, give us a call at 203-998-5579. And we'll talk about it on the show.
Yeah, we will.
Gnarly.
Yeah. Or no, maybe call, leave a message while it's happening. You're like, you're not going to believe this.
Oh my goodness.
As I'm recording this message, my baby just shit in my face.
I've heard that. Like they go in their diaper, they'll remove the diaper and like bathe themselves in it.
Oh my God, I'm going to fucking throw
happened
up.
to one of my coworkers that his baby girl, she pasted her playpen with shit and then put shit all over herself.
Hell to the no, no, no. Come on, hell no.
I think that says it all right there.
Terrible.
Oh my God, this is so much fun. I love it.
So fucking gross. So gross. But thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. VooDoo, where can people find you?
I'm pretty much on Instagrams, on all Instagrams at VooDoo Onyx, VOODOO Onyx, and yeah, that's where I keep all the shit show.
Yeah, and you can see all the awesome pictures of her twin boys. They're really cute.
Oh my goodness.
They seem to be having. They're
so
living their
cute.
best life.
Yo, they're so are. I'm like, shit, I want to not worry about anything. Like, that sounds great.
Yeah,
Especially during a pandemic and everything.
these kids are like,
injustice, you know, like system meltdown. There might be a war. Who knows? Something might come out of that woodwork, you know.
Yeah, there's like a. I mean, pretty much. These kids are like, what? What problems? Which I love.
This is just a blessing. It's
Yeah.
a blessing to be them. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, to be
Right now, especially. I feel like, please. I don't want to think about anything.
They say ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Oh, and they are blissful as
Oh my God. All right, everybody. Well, until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Happy pooping, everybody, and enjoy your butthole.
Hey Poopy Podcast is brought to you by Perfect 4 Entertainment. Produced by Dave and Ellen, with executive producer Stormy Leather. Edited by me, Dave.
For more information, go to heypoopypodcast.com for episodes, merch, and more. Follow us on Instagram at heypoopypodcast and Twitter at heypoopy. Theme song by Jordan Perlson. Hey Poopy.